Okay guys, welcome back. Welcome back to another video. We're finally here. We're finally at the Puss in Boots: The Last Wish movie. Yep. This movie, we're finally here. Now this is considered one of people's favorite DreamWorks movies of all time. You know, it's one of their favorites. I hear a lot of people really like this movie a lot. And, you know, it's finally time for me to finally get to review this movie for you guys. Now, if you guys haven't already, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you guys are still subscribed. Also, you guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And all you guys can follow me on there. I actually forgot to include it in the video, but oh well. I'm actually doing this outside at the park in Fulton, this video, because I guess my mom decided to lock the car because I kept forgetting to turn off the car lights. I swear it is getting so hard to do videos at times, I feel like. I'll probably make a separate video talking about that later, because there's been some issues at times, but I don't know. But, yes, but yes, I will be, you know, doing this outside at the park. You know, so, yes. But I guess if you guys, you know, like I said, make sure you guys are still subscribed to my channel. And, I guess, I don't think I got really much else to say, so let's go ahead and actually get into this. This is actually a very fitting, you know, movie to do you know, outside anyway, because you can hear the crickets outside, which is kind of what I use sound effects for the DreamWorks movies. But, yes. So, you know, the first Puss in Boots movie actually came out. It came out all the way, I think it was, what was it, 2011, right? 2011, I think it came out. Was it 2010 or 2011? I literally do not remember when it came out. It came out after Shrek. I think it was 2011. Which would make this one came out like literally 11 years later. I don't know the other one. I can't remember if the other one came out earlier that year, but this one actually came out later that year. You know, so this one, you know, but it's pretty much around 11 years apart, so that's like literally half of, you know, of the other movies, you know, in time-wise, which is really crazy. Yeah, they basically, you know, so, this movie, though, is, like I said, it's very well known. People really like it. People really do like it a lot. People like the movie a lot because, well, you know, there's a reason why people kind of like it, and that is because this movie actually focuses on a serious topic, and that is apparently Puss in Boots is apparently on his last wish. Well, I mean, not last wish, last life. Apparently, in this universe, cats have 9 lives. Now, in reality, cats actually do not have 9 lives. I actually don't know where that superstition, you know, originally came from. But cats do not have 9 lives. They actually do not. Cats do not have 9 lives. They have, they've got, like, you know, I don't know, it just, you know, that's not the case. But in this universe, he has 9 lives. Apparently, he used most of his lives up. And apparently he decides to spend his retirement in a cat, you know, house with a woman and a bunch of cats. I swear this freaking woman's got a ton of cats. Like a ton of them. Like, her house is just freaking filled with cats. Like, it's just filled with them. But basically, he apparently kind of goes through like a midlife crisis. He grows himself a beard and all that, all that stuff. And I really do like, like I said, I do like, the concept of him with his last life. And apparently, he's being chased around by a bunch of different criminals, or supposedly they're criminals. I don't know, like, well. Because, they don't really, do a lot of bad things. Well, except for, I guess, one, does a lot of bad things. I forgot what his name was. He has, bakery people and all that. He's actually Peter Evil, but, apparently they have, Goldilocks and three bears and all that, which is kind of interesting. They have a plot there. And then they have, this wolf guy, with the red eyes, which, by the way, is very intimidating and all that, and considered to be one of, the possibly maybe the best DreamWorks villain ever for people, which I'll talk about more about him in a second. But the Goldilocks thing, I talked about in the Shrek 1 review. I talked about how Lord Farquaad, there's a bear skin in his, there's literally a bear skin, rug in his, room, and it has the bow and all that. I don't think these are the same bears. These are actually different bears. They look a little bit different. They actually look different. Even the brother bear is, or the baby bear is, pretty much all grown up, and so is Goldilocks. And Goldilocks actually wasn't even featured in there. Then you could say, well, Shrek 1 it showed the bears getting kidnapped and all that. It shows them kidnapped and all that, which is, something, I guess. Yes, they're, kidnapped and all that, and being sold and all that in that movie. But we don't see Goldilocks, and I don't think that movie takes place too far from, the past of, the first, the second Shrek movie, which is what this movie, is a prequel to, Actually, at the end of the movie, they actually go there. They actually go to that movie, that movie, they go to, far, far away at the end of the movie. Yes, I don't think it's the same Shrek, or the same bears, which means that Mama Bear actually did die, which is very crazy. I did have people, talk about that in the comments, but but still, it's definitely crazy. But that means, as I said, that Mama Bear actually did die, and these are just different bears. Kind of interesting. But, kind of interesting and sad, but, and pretty scary. But it is nice to get a little story about them, too. But I will say this movie, though, has, like I said, there's a lot going on in it, and I saw the animation. I like how the animation in this movie is actually different. It is literally different. I don't know how, but it's literally, different than the, the first movies. The animation style is a little bit different. It's got more of the Spider-Verse animation and all, and especially when they move and all that. If you guys seen the Spider-Verse, you'll see that, which is crazy. So they actually gave a different animation in the first movie, which is very interesting because you do see sequels do improve, over time. For example, if you watch Ice Age, Collision Course versus, Ice Age 1, you can tell the animation's a lot different. Technically, it was made years later and all that, and I know Buck Wild had a pretty bad animation style, but before that, Collision Course, which was the fifth Ice Age movie, actually had, way better animation than the first movie. But you still, even though it looks brighter and better, you can still kind of, it's still a little bit, still kind of matches it. When the characters move in this movie, you can see the animation looks different and all that. And yeah, and again, once again, the movie has a very colorful, tone. Like it does, it has a very colorful tone. Like you can definitely tell this is a modern DreamWorks movie, because I know I've said this before, but it's true. I mean, you watch this movie, you can literally see, the animation and how much more colorful it is. It's kind of interesting, because people do like colors, like, I mean, you see as people at the restaurants, people complain all the time about there not being any, like, color. People, complain about it all the time. But they complain about all the time how there's, like, no color in the stores and all that, and restaurants. So people probably seeing a bunch of colors in these movies probably makes people really happy, I mean, I know it sounds like I'm getting off topic, but it's true. I mean, that's how I feel watching these modern DreamWorks movies. Like, I really like the colors. I like how they go all out on the colors and make them bright and all that. It's really nice. Especially consider the first movie, it took place a lot, was it, like, in a desert and all, and actually the animation kind of, was a bit darker and all. You can tell that they really had fun with this, it really did. And that's the thing, though. It's just nonstop, just fun and all that with the animation. And speaking of animation, before I continue on talking about the movie, I want to bring up this, because all the people really praised this movie. People did not care and like the new DreamWorks movie intro too much. A lot of people do not like it, because apparently it's because they didn't like the new DreamWorks intro because of I guess because they advertise too much of the characters and all that, and it's a little too much. I will say it's a little bit kind of weird seeing the moon just flying by and seeing characters and all that. Like, it is kind of a little bit weird. Like with the moon boy and the moon flying around, like, it seems kind of a little bit weird. But I will say I do kind of like it. Looks like they got like a dream effect on it, so it's like a dream look to it, which is kind of cool. And then also they have they actually brought back the DreamWorks theme. Of course, it's reorchestrated, which I kind of like it. I liked it with the nighttime logo. I kind of liked, the daytime one. They used it like the early 2000s. I kind of liked that one the most. It just looked a little bit better with, and I liked how it wasn't like, super, like it had like instrument, it was like a choir, but it wasn't like, like it didn't go super far out. I think this one goes a little too far out with the choir, but it is nice that they brought it back, because before that, it appeared like we had remixes of it. It appeared in Captain Underpants, where the, but in that movie, the boys and all that were singing it with the song, so you didn't get to hear the actual version of it all the way through by itself. So it's nice that this logo brings it back. I will say, though, I need to watch more of the movies to kind of give my full opinion on the logo. But to be fair, I don't think there's really much else to really point out about it right now. But I just wanted to bring it up because that was a problem people had with it. My biggest problem, though, is the other logo, the nighttime and daytime one. That one barely was shown at all. They showed it in like 3 movies, and then that was it. They kind of showed it in like 3 movies, like I said, and then they just stopped it. They did bring it back for the live action How to Train a Dragon movie a bit, but they still didn't show the whole intro. It was only part of it. Like, we saw the moon part. We didn't see the actual, the daytime and nighttime logo. So they kind of brought it back, kind of did it, Again, I only know that because I got curious and decided to watch and see, like, which logo would they use? Would they use the modern one? Or would they use, the 1998 one, the original DreamWorks logo for the. I mean, I think it's the original one. I don't know. It's the original one they used for the actual, throughout the live action movies. Even currently, I think they still use it. But apparently, no, they actually brought back the other logo. But I was very curious about that. But they still didn't bring back the full version. Like I said, the daytimes and all that's all gone. But they brought back, you could tell it was the same animation, So at least it seems like maybe they might bring it back in the future. But for a long time, they barely used it, which kind of sucked. And, one of the three, well, actually, out of the three movies, one was bad, and then the other one was good but not great. The Abominable movie, and then the first movie, that it used it in, which was How to Train a Dragon 3, that was actually good. But yeah, Spirit was just bad and all that, so it kind of sucks. You don't get to enjoy it that much. But I don't know, But it is nice to say that they brought it back. I mean, a little bit. But yeah, this new one, I'll say it's good. I will say I kind of like the other one's animation better. I do, but I don't like that they didn't really use the logo. But maybe in the future I can do a ranking on maybe the different logos they use. I don't know. I'll probably do it later though. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. But that would be interesting to kind of do that. So, I'm trying to think, what else was I gonna, I don't know, actually, no, I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the actual review, because I think I talked about everything there. So, on the movie itself, I talked about, some of the plot, the characters, everybody's kind of trying to get their hands on this one last wish, and Puss wants to get his lives back. And then we get this cat that actually reappears. Actually, when I watched the movie, I kind of forgot she was in the movie, honestly. I kind of forgot about that. I mean, I have the DVD, and yeah, I didn't notice that for some reason when I watched the movie. I don't know why. But it's another thing I didn't really notice right off the bat, but I was kind of calling it out, which I'll get to in a second. But, apparently Puss, chickened out on their wedding. He chickened out on their wedding, and, she got pissed and all with him, which I don't blame her. I'll say, compared to Angry Birds 2, where they did this plot, I feel like it kind of fell out of character. I don't know, Puss in Boots, I think sometimes can be kind of a coward. He can be a coward at times. We saw in Shrek 2, he was kind of a coward, and I feel like it kind of shows, I think it works better with him there, where I feel like with Angry Birds 2, it didn't work too well for that, storyline and all that, with the wedding and all that, but yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know, but I do like how they spin the movie, and there's also this Chihuahua in here, too. I will say this Chihuahua, I gotta say, this actually caught me off guard, but apparently this Chihuahua literally says cuss words. I'm not joking, he literally starts cussing. I actually thought he was a female at first because of the voice, but then apparently now it's actually a he, but I don't know, maybe it's a male playing it, he just happens to have a high voice, I don't know. But I like how they actually have curse words in this movie, but they actually cut them out. And actually the black cat here, which I forgot her name, I don't remember her name at all, she actually, almost said a bad word herself, but then, they cut that out, they cut it out, they actually didn't blur it out, they just had the Chihuahua, I think it was the Chihuahua guy that actually talked over her. But I swear, this freaking Chihuahua, I swear, the fact that he went through so much drama and was freaking abused, I like how he stayed cool throughout the entire movie. He literally stayed cool. He literally did not snap at all. He just literally stayed, he was literally just I thought he was gonna break it at some point, but no, he actually didn't break at all. He just, throughout the entire movie, he just kind of just, despite, him getting, abused in the past, called different names, and literally, got thrown in, a portal by, by Puss's, ex and all that, and then like literally like also one of his owners, also threw him in the river with a sock and all that. Like, I can't believe how much he just doesn't. He's still all this jolly, happy, chihuahua. That's freaking crazy. But yeah, I don't know. Also, the villain in the movie, which is the I think he's the bakery guy. I don't remember his name because it's a part of a fairy tale, or it's called the Baker's Dozen. That's what it's called, the Baker's Dozen. But I don't really know much about that fairy tale. I do know that he has like a freaking cricket, which is a throwback to Pinocchio. I like that, like Jiminy Cricket. Which, that kind of threw me off guard, because that's like a Pinocchio thing. I mean, they actually made this joke before, too. In one of the Shrek specials, they made a joke about this. But seeing it here is pretty funny and all that. It's really funny seeing it here and all. And actually, unlike the specials, it's actually real, because I won't talk about much of the specials, because I'll review them in the future. But yeah, it was basically fake. It wasn't a real, like, Pinocchio. It was just a Pinocchio story and all. Like, it wasn't real. This is actually a real cricket. And I just like how he's like trying to convince him and all that. And then of course this villain, he's just freaking a heartless asshole and all that. And then at the end of the movie, the freaking cricket literally comes back and freaking like gets revenge on him. Like, it's freaking funny. Like, it is really funny. Also we got the other villain, which I talked about, the wolf. Yeah, the wolf is probably the highlight of the movie. I talked about how people actually clarify him the best, DreamWorks villain of all time. And there's a reason why people really like him, and I have to agree. I think he's really good, and he actually scares me at times. But apparently, what makes him so iconic is he's very menacing. And I like how he has this whistle. Like they didn't even have to put the whistle in the movie, but they have, like, him whistling. Like, he whistles throughout the entire movie and pops in and out. And all that, and I like how, like, at first it reveals at first that, like, maybe he's a bounty hunter, because it does show other people, too. And possibly, like, it even show, like, again, the three bears and all, and Goldilocks, like, looking for Puss, and at the grave, because he tried to fake his death. Yeah, he tried to fake his death. But no, apparently this wolf is actually literally deaf. Like, he literally is deaf. And I was actually questioning that throughout the movie. Now, they did point it out, but I kind of was talking through that part, so I kind of didn't really hear it. But I was thinking he was deaf, because I'm like, he's like in the background and all. I mean, he literally randomly showed up, at this bar scene where Puss is like drinking milk or something. I think he's drinking milk or something like that. And it's like nobody else there. And then what really gave it away when he had his hood on his head, I'm like, yeah, he's definitely deaf. Like, he's definitely deaf. But I was feeling like throughout the movie, I'm like, is Puss like, can Puss be the only one that can see him? Can nobody else see him? Because it reveals that, we see him and all that, but nobody else can see him there. But apparently, no. Apparently, it reveals at the end that other people can see him, because they can even hear his whistle. So that's very crazy. You can literally see him and all that, like, and then that they can see him too. But I don't know. I don't know if I would call him a villain, because here's the thing. Yes, he was trying to kill Puss, and actually, it literally shows blood too, which is crazy too. Like, it shows literal blood, which is very, very rare in kid movies anymore. But it literally shows blood and all that. Like Puss actually starts bleeding. It's really crazy. Which kind of caught me off guard too, watching the movie. But it literally shows him bleeding, and then like the wolf is just like I said, the wolf literally like has a chance to kill him, but doesn't kill him apparently because I guess I'm not sure. I think he was basically he was gonna kill him. Well, and then like apparently because he was tired of him running away like a coward with lives. And I'm guessing because he wanted to like maybe teach him to like he needs to appreciate his life more or something. But he starts kind of talking like Spanish and all that, and then apparently there's some reveals. Apparently, like talking about reading. I was reading some comments on people's videos and all because I watched the movie first before I actually watched other people's reactions. Apparently in Spanish he says about something about playing with food and all that because cats are the ones who play with their food. Like I know my cat plays with food. Like he's also an orange tabby like this. Instead of eating like the fish, he'll just play with it. He doesn't even eat it at all. He just plays with it. Like I tried giving him food before, he just never he never eats it. He just plays with it. That's kind of what they brought up here. But I don't know why they made it in Spanish and all that. Like it's kind of weird. They also had the word hell in Spanish too. I'm not sure why. I'm like, you might as well not just have the word hell in there at all. You might as well just keep it because I'm like in Spanish. People who speak Spanish can literally see the word hell. I guess to be fair though, maybe it might be different for like maybe Mexicans and all that because they celebrate the spirit of the dead world and all that where people in America like celebrate like Christians and all that, which I just don't really see why they can't use hell and all that because I'm like with parents taking their kids to church and all the time, like I don't really see why they can't just use the word hell in shows. To be fair though, I think I've kind of noticed like I feel like religion kind of is not as big as it once was. Like it's still big, but like I think over time it's been kind of going away a little bit. But still, I don't see why they can't have the word hell in a a kids movie. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe a religion still thing. Like I'm not really a religion person myself, but I'm just like I don't see as many people kind of pushing it as much, and kind of just like I see people talking about it sometimes. Or they do this prayers and people pass, but I don't really see people talk about it. Even people are bringing up like Robin Williams' death. Like I see posts that have popped up apparently Robin Williams' death. Because he actually passed away. Like 14. I think was it 14 years ago today or something like that, or yesterday? I don't know. So it's like there's stuff like that. But I don't really see people really pushing it as much anymore. But I don't know. For me though, for religion, I feel like pushing. I feel like you should just let people go on their own path instead of trying to push it to somebody. Like I don't know, but that's just me. But I don't know. But still, I still don't see the problem of them saying like hell and all that. In kids movies. No, I don't see the problem. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I do like the wolf and all that. But I don't think he's considered a villain. He's like an antagonist, I think, in the movie. But I don't think he's really a villain. Like, yeah, he's definitely has done a lot of things, but like he doesn't like actually kill. It's like I thought they were actually gonna make him an actual villain. It caught me off guard when I found out he actually didn't. He just walked away at the end. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, I don't know. But there's a lot of things in this movie and all that. Like I could go on, but I think though I'm probably gonna go ahead and just give this a score though and get it out of the way. But I think this movie definitely deserves a good. Yeah, you heard me right. This movie is definitely getting a good, and it's getting 120 points. Yep, 120 points. I will say that this movie right here is probably one of the best sequels I've ever seen of a movie. This movie's got a very good sequel, like a very good sequel. I mean, really. I mean, this is literally one of the best sequels of all time. I don't know if I would. I mean, maybe I don't. Maybe not all the time. I don't. That's the thing, though. There's a lot of good sequels out there, but I think this movie's really good. I think its sequel was really good. I mean, I don't know if I would say. I mean, I kind of like Madagascar too and all that, but I don't know. This movie though is. I don't know. This movie's up there. Like, I think this movie might even be better than Shrek 2. And that's saying something. Shrek 2 was really good too, and Shrek 2 was the introduction of Puss. You know. So yeah, I don't know, but it's still pretty crazy though, that this movie, managed to be really good. Like, it managed to be really good and all that, and I really do like that a lot. I do. I like that. I like that, it still shows that DreamWorks is still capable of making really good movies. And this movie actually, turned out to be, it turned out to be a lot, people tend to praise this movie more than a lot of, like, Disney movies, for example. People are comparing this movie to, and showing that this movie is what Disney should have done. And that's the thing, though, it's true. I mean, this movie, wasn't afraid to make a good villain and a good threatening, wolf guy, which, again, he's not really a villain, but a good antagonist, and focus on a very, focus on, a serious topic and all that. Where Disney anymore, doesn't feel like they really, even care about, they don't really make good villains and stuff anymore. And they don't really do that, And technically, I mean, there's still some more DreamWorks movies to go through, but, but that's the thing, though, too. Again, that's the thing, though. They can still make, some good stuff. They can, and that's the thing, though. That's kind of what people are upset about with Disney. Disney doesn't really make good villains anymore. They don't really make a lot of good stuff, I mean, to be fair, I really haven't seen any of the recent movies, but I have seen, I've seen, Wreck-It Ralph 2. I went through all the Pixar movies, which Pixar technically is, it's a company, but it is owned by Disney now, and there really isn't really that many good villains. Hell, I don't think there's really been any villains at all in the Pixar movies. They really have not had really any villains. They've kind of, they pretty much got rid of the villains, concept, which, again, I'm not saying every movie needs a villain in it. But a lot of times when they put villains in these movies, they make them very good, And even in the movie, the actual villain in this movie, I mean, he's not probably he's not my favorite villain, of the DreamWorks movies, but he's still entertaining. He's this evil, heartless guy, and you could say maybe the cricket is can maybe take away the moment with him a little bit, but I don't know, I think the cricket, though, kind of adds the humor to the villain. They're able to make him goofy and funny, but still make him really threatening, And I really like that, I like that a lot, I like that they are still capable of making good villains, That's the thing, though, I do, I mean, I'm hoping, maybe we'll see some more, some more, villains here soon, too, but I don't know, there's not really that many DreamWorks movies left to review either. That's the thing, though. I mean, there actually are some that have come out since, I started, doing these reviews. So, the 47 won't be accurate. I mean, I'm going to keep the 47 until, similar to, Sony Pictures Animation. I'll keep it, until, I get to the moment. And then I'll probably, because, I mean, we have the Bad Guys 2 out now. But, I mean, I'm probably going to, again, probably stop. But, I mean, but that's the thing, though, too. I'm going to stop, with the reviews of this. But the fact that we're getting very close here and all that, and there's been some misses and all that, that's still pretty good. But I'm just curious, too, to see what they have, in store for the reviews down the road, in the movies in general. Now, I know I got, Megamind 2 and all that to review, and I hear that movie's pretty bad, but I don't really know much about the villain in the movie. Apparently there's a post-credit scene in that movie, but I don't know much about that. But we'll have to see, again. But I guess before I let the video go, I actually do have a comment question for this video for you guys. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Alright, here we go. Here is the DreamWorks question for you guys. In today's comment question, I have what is your favorite DreamWorks sequel? Yep, what is your favorite DreamWorks sequel? For me, it's kind of hard to say what my favorite DreamWorks sequel is. Because I'll say DreamWorks really does know how to make good sequels. For the most part, I mean, sometimes the sequels can kind of suck, but again, like I said, we still have Megamind 2 to review, which again, I hear is bad, but for the most part, you know, I feel like DreamWorks is very good at making sequels to their movies. You know, so yeah, but I mean, I don't know what my favorite sequel would be. I really like the sequel. I like the like I said, I like the Madagascar sequel a lot. I think it's really funny. I really liked the sequel to Kung Fu Panda. I thought that was really good. I really don't know. I mean, that's the thing though. Like I said, there's a lot of good sequels out there. And the thing is with sequels too, I mean, there could be more. I mean, when I say sequels, there could also be, like I said, the third one or something too, you know? Like, it could be, like, the third or the fourth one, you know? But, I don't know, but that's the thing, again, there's so many sequels out there with DreamWorks, it's really hard to pick, but I don't know. This one definitely is up there, but I don't know if it would be my favorite or not, because Puss in Boots 2 is definitely very good, but I don't know. But I guess, you know, that's the thing, though. That shows you how well, you know, again, the sequels are good with DreamWorks. But I guess you guys can let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.